I know it may not seem like it, but apparently Donald Trump does have an actual, real, good lawyer working on his legal team right now that was actually added towards the end of August, a couple weeks after the FBI went down to Mar-a-Lago and took all their documents back, or took all the government's documents back. That lawyer is a man by the name of Christopher Kise, who happens to be Florida's former Solicitor General, has argued cases in both his public life and his private practice in front of the United States Supreme Court, has successfully defended multiple white-collar criminals here in the United States. This guy is a good lawyer. And Donald Trump put him on a $3 million retainer because they know he's good. His allies down in South Florida had been telling him, go hire Kise. This guy knows what he's doing. He can help you. And Trump listened to those people, hired this lawyer. So why are things going so poorly for Donald Trump then? Well, according to a massive new report from the Washington Post out this past weekend, it's because Donald Trump's not listening to a single thing that Mr. Kise has had to say. Instead, Donald Trump is, of course, listening to his other lawyers, Christina Bobb, Alina Habba, the people who may end up having to hire lawyers for themselves because they may have lied to the FBI. So, always good to take their advice over the guy that successfully has argued in front of the United States Supreme Court, right? Why not put Habba, the parking garage lawyer, out there on TV every day and force Kise to stay in the shadows where nobody will listen to him? So here's the thing. The Washington Post actually tells one specific story about how when Kise first came along, even though it was after the FBI went to Mar-a-Lago, he had strongly tried to, convince Donald Trump, stop antagonizing the frickin' FBI and the DOJ. We still might be able to cut some kind of deal with them. We might be able to avoid not just criminal charges, but an actual investigation if you just sit back and play nice with them and stop demonizing them every day on Truth Social or in these idiotic interviews and rallies you do. Just shut your damn mouth and let me handle this. We all know how that worked out for Mr. Kise. Donald Trump has not shut up. Donald Trump has not turned down the heat against the DOJ. But let me read this because this is truly fascinating. Again, this is the Washington Post. Continuing to attack the Justice Department and the FBI, he argued, was likely to cause federal authorities to be more aggressive. Kise has suggested to other Trump advisors that the best solution would be to try to find an off-ramp with the Justice Department before a possible indictment or trial. He has said he thinks Trump can avoid criminal charges. Kise has questioned the wisdom and experience of some of his colleagues, arguing that they do not have extensive experience with this type of litigation and could face legal trouble themselves. He also argued privately that their counsel had deepened Trump's problems and that they would have had fewer problems had he started representing Trump earlier in the summer. Everything Mr. Kise right there is saying is 100% accurate. And I do love the fact that he's also apparently reiterating what I've been saying for years at this point now, which is don't piss off the people investigating you, because all it's going to do is make them come after you even harder. And I love that this guy who specializes in this kind of stuff, he's out there saying the same thing. It's nice to get that kind of vindication every now and then, but yes, he's right. Don't piss these people off, because they're only going to come at you harder. If you were nice to them, we could have avoided all this. And it's also important to remember now, folks, that the FBI, or the DOJ, National Archives actually, first sent a letter to Donald Trump 16 months ago telling him he had to turn all this stuff back in. 16 months ago. 16 months they waited before they went down there and sent the FBI to Mar-a-Lago. At any point during that time, all Trump had to do was say, here you go, here's everything, and legitimately give them everything, and then it'd be over. We wouldn't have even known that it had happened until, of course, one of his staffers leaked it. It would have been a story for 12 hours. We would have moved on. There wouldn't be an investigation. None of it would have happened if Trump hadn't been a pig-headed moron. He did this to himself. And now he's hired a guy for $3 million who actually might be able to get him out of it, but he won't listen to him because he wants to listen to the pretty lawyers who look good on TV. That is exactly what is happening. Mr. Keiss, I hope you got your money up front, because I guarantee you that's the only comfort you're going to get, because your client is not going to listen to a word that you have to say. So save your tears for that big old pile of money you're going to be getting, because you're going to need it.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.